You're watching Scooby climb. Where's that rat? Get him! Get up in there. Where's he at? Is he up there? Hurry up. Get up there. You didn't know a pit bull can climb like that. Look at that. Get up there. Hurry up. Get him. Where's he at? Where's he at? Yeah, get up there and get him. Yeah, he's having all kinds of fun. He's going to knock all those parts on the floor at some point. See, that Chevelle console's getting good use to it. Look how much traction on that plastic. Is he up in there? Is he in there? Where's that? Where's he at? Is he up there? Where's that rat? Where's that rat? Where's he at? Look at that nose going. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah, look at that. He's hunting like crazy. Yeah. Good thing there ain't no trees around. He'd be halfway up the tree. Yeah, he's been crawling under there too. Oh well, he's having fun. That's all the banging I keep hearing back here. Haven't seen him crawl up there before. He likes crawling under here too. He gets way up into there and all the way to the other end in there and then digs into the shelf unit. He's having all kinds of fun. Give him something to do. Instead of me watching me make videos. Alright. I got my lock tab. So we get to repeat this. I think this is the third time we've done this now. Everybody should know how to do it. But see, this time we're going to do it the correct way, not the wrong way. So everybody saw the video before. Don't do it that way. That was the wrong way of doing it. So unless they watch the 45 minutes of video, they're not going to know that. So that's the reason why you have to watch all the video, not just part of it. Think you know everything. Including me. I should watch the video too, so I know it. Next time I'm screwing up again, who can see what I'm doing wrong? We only go across one chain, not both chains. That would have been a good one if I went across both. I could have done it 4 times then. Uh-oh. Guess what I forgot? One new lock tab. Yeah, don't forget to put that in there. Loctite's good, but when you go into plastic it gives and gets soft. The mechanical lock tab will actually hold it. Loctite might not work as good. It might do the job, yeah, it might not. The lock tab will hold it. Most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. Okay. Pretty good torque, but not super tight. Decent amount. Okay. Channel locks out. Get that to fold up a little bit. There it goes. This one to fold up. We hold them both together. Okay. Oh, look at that. Dumbass put together correctly this time. Next problem is we got a little drag on this. And that's because it's going downward. Precision adjustment there. See, this was bending out a little bit, so I had to bend it down to get it squared up. And pull the bolt in and out like you're supposed to. Okay, where did we leave off? I forget. Oh yeah, we were putting a Harley together. That's what it was. I thought we were chasing rats. Okay. I think we were doing this before like this. Okay, you can kind of lay that up there. Get this up in there. Put that there. Pull that over. Pull it over. Make sure it's clear. Stick it up on the bearings. Shove that all the way in. that in now. Get that back there where it goes. Then jam this cord in. There we go. Look at that. Spins freely. It's a good sign. Okay, now we gotta get that inner nut up in the air a little bit so I can get to it. So maybe just take something in there. Up in the air a little bit. Which would be nice if I could actually see in there. There it is. And a screwdriver. Okay, reach up in there. Here, slide it up a little bit. Too far. Okay, so slow it up a little bit. Torque it a little bit. It's on splines on there, so just kind of slide it up a little bit until it's where you want it to be. Make sure it's sitting flat. Appears to be. Make sure that's all the way in. Make sure that one's all the way in. They both have to be in all the way to check your clearances. You want to rotate it. See what the clearances are in more than one spot. There's a high and low spot on all chains. Okay, this is slightly on the tight side, but not too bad. This is the tight spot right here. So it's got a little over 1/8 of an inch, maybe 3/16. Should have about 3/8. Now this is a brand new chain shoe. It's going to wear quite a bit initially until the rollers hit. Those links that are sticking up are going to eat through, and then it'll hit the roller and it'll quit digging in after that. So that's how you adjust it for now. And of course there's a phone call again. Hello. No. No. He's over there rat hunting right now. Yeah, he's rat hunting. Oh, he heard the phone. Oh yeah, he's getting his exercise. Alright, we'll be a while. I gotta finish up this bike, so it'll be another hour at least. Okay. Alright, bye. Dog checkup. Okay, so put the motor sprocket in there. Put that in there. Where's my tool at? Oh, tool is in there already. Duh. So I gotta loosen it to tighten. No, dumbass. This one's the other way. This one's conventional thread. Alright, that's good and tight. Where's my big breaker bar at? It's out here somewhere. There it is. This is how we turn the motor over. Breaker bar. Look at that. Looks good. Breaking them rings in. Okay, so leave it like that. Okay, now we can get the clutch in here. Now, I don't know what we're doing for a clutch right this minute, because I don't remember what we're doing. We're going to put a wet clutch in this thing, so I know this isn't going to work. So, these are not going to work because these are the old plates. So, what we're going to do is we seal up this primary cover. We're going to put oil in here, so it's going to be turned into a wet, kind of a primary, semi-wet. These plates will not tolerate that. They will just slip and drag. You need the ones that have the slots in here, cut in here, and preferably the Kevlar ones, because the Kevlar doesn't care if it's wet or dry. And as long as you got the slots in there to let the oil dissipate, it'll work pretty good. This here would give you nothing but grief doing that. So we definitely have to change out this clutch. So we got to make sure these plates are halfway flat, which is hard to do like this. So you have to take your straight edge like this, go like that, look at them, see what kind of wear they got, see if they're cupped or dished. You turn it 180, check this the other side, because just because it looks good on one side, it might be bent the other way. So that one looks good. So I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at. It's hard for me to check it and watch the video. See, this has a little bit of gap in there, but that's not too bad. Which one I just checked? I forget. I think I just checked that one. Okay, this is a new plate here. I always like checking on 90 degrees. Just to make sure you get a good idea what it is. These look pretty good. Alright, so those are ready to go. So, now we can do two upgrades. We can do the aluminum plate, which will get rid of this problem. Which, I don't know if the customer really going to care that much on that. So to save him money, I'm going to leave that alone. If he wants to put that in later, we can. But we do have to change out this clutch. So I have to go get the correct plates, and we'll come back to do that. So we'll be back again. Okay, we're back. I went and got the plates. Now, still being Kevlar green ones. These are the Alto reddish ones, orange ones, whatever you want to call them. These aren't quite as good as Kevlar, but they're a lot cheaper. And they do the same thing. For stock bikes, these are fine. So you can see how I got all the serrations in here to let the oil come out. So this is what you want to use when you use a white clutch. You can reuse the steel ones, it doesn't hurt them. Okay, so first thing goes in is a steel plate. You want to make sure they go on evenly. You can see right off the bat the plates do not go in evenly, so we have to work on the studs a little bit here in the hub, which is common. So that requires a little bit of beating with a hammer. So you basically got to find out where the tight spot is and which direction it's off. So right now you get down here low, way down in there, blow it up, and you look at these holes right here to see where they are off at. So this one and this one are hitting, and they look like they're too close together. So I need to spread them apart a little bit. Looks like top to bottom's alright, so this top, this is bottom. Looks like they just need to be spread apart. And then there's this one here, you come up here and hit it just a little bit right here. And this one here has got to go the other direction, so we put it up here, and we tap it the other way. Okay, so now that's on the top. See if it fits now. So it's trying to go over this one, but we're still off on this one. Looks like it needs to go down and out at about an angle like this. And this one here was, I don't remember what that one was, so we'll leave it. If in doubt, forget it, don't hit it. I think it's just this one here is the only one that's bothering us right now. So you gotta just hit it progressively harder until it starts to move it. You don't want to hit it too hard. It'll let you know how much it wants to go. So if you just jam them in there like that, the plates will jam up and they won't work. So when you get way in there, they work, but not otherwise. Just hit it harder. At some point it's going to move. Those are starting to go in there a little bit now. It's causing these other ones to be off a little bit. This one needs to go down a little bit. See, there's another one screwing with us. So wherever it doesn't want to slide is the high spots. So we're still high over here. I think it's this one here too a little bit. That goes on there pretty free. That made it a little bit freer on that side. So we're back up to these ones up here fighting with me. Which way is it off? Still needs to be spread a little bit. Might be too far down, so hit it that way. Yeah. It doesn't like us. Ah. Stand up a little bit. Gotta figure out where it's tight. It's not happy. Still this one. Hit it harder, it ain't moving. Ooh. Hey, that helped. That helped a lot. Okay, those are going on there now, see? Now I got one over here is fighting with me a little bit. Down here. Yep. Alright, so only on the very out here, which plates are not this far out, so okay, nice and free all the way in, so can live with that. Okay, now we put these in, so there's an out to these. There's your marked. Here we go, that one goes out. There's one of these. Tight on the other one, that's fine. Okay, this is out here. I usually like to stagger these so they're all in the same spot. So this one here needs to go over here. Now the springs are supposed to keep the clutch from rattling. I don't think it really does, but that's what the theory is anyway. That was really nice. I like that one. Keep that for the outer one. Yeah, that was pretty good too. Okay, where's out? Yeah. This one's not even marked where I can see it. Must be really faint. Yeah, it's not marked. If it's marked, they didn't mark it very good, but you can see which way the springs have been going, so we know it's the same way. I'm not going to change the direction on it. And the last one. Make sure it's nice and free. It is. There you go. Okay, this is our wide space here. So this is our wide space. Goes on like that. And put our 3 nuts on there. Our nuts have little slots in them here. That's what keeps them from locking these little titties right here. The spring tension keeps them tight so they don't come undone. Alright. Now we just take this off. So you can use a zip gun or you can do it by hand. Both ways do work. Pull off the washer. Keep its tool, it's not his. Okay, so now this works my arm over here, see? Okay, we're bottomed out all the way in right now. So I'm going to bring it out a little bit. There's a dimension check over there on the starter motor, but I want to see where bottom out is. It's supposed to be like 3/8 of an inch from the starter motor, as I recall. It'll be right here. Well, obviously we're a lot more than 3/8 of an inch right now. We are bottomed out. You know, it's hitting inside down in here right now. So I don't care what the book says. That's a 1/2 inch. We need to go at least 1/8 of an inch further out to get. I hit the camera by mistake. Anyway, you want to be at least 1/8 inch more than this, so you're not bottomed out in here. If you bottom out here, you break the covers out, break the bearings, break the forks, wear them out. None of it's good, so you don't want to do that. So you want to avoid doing all that as much as you can. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the lock nut on here for now. Okay, I just bottomed out. Lock, unscrew it slightly. Okay, we're going to come out a little bit. So there's 1/2 turn. That's 1 full turn for bottom. These plates are going to get wear, so we have to have some clearance. And you lock this in. Tapping like that makes it easy. Now let's go back on the other side and see what our clearance is over here. What 1/2 turn equates to. So 1/2 turn equates to not very much. And it only came out a little bit. It's not going to pull all the way over against here, so more likely we can probably come out another 1/2 turn more, which gives a little more extra clearance on it, more room to wear. Like I said, you can't tell it's bottomed out if the clutch has got tension on it. Now you come over here and look at your rod. You can see our rod is not all the way forward over here. You can see where you're at. Get back over here. This is our mousetrap right here. So this was previously adjusted. So if you come all the way out against the stop, you can see how we're not anywhere near what this was before. So we can definitely come out at least another 1/2 turn, minimum of maybe a turn. So we'll go ahead and back down here on the clutch. Now we're really getting close. Go ahead and give us another. Here's another 1/2. And I'll give another 1/2. So that's a turn and a 1/2 free play. Now we see what we got. Okay, now we went way too far. Let's over here. Damn it. Tripod's not helping me. Okay. So now you see how we're too far now. So you need to come back a little bit. So that means about 1 turn from bottom is about the sweet spot here probably, which is not that far to normal anyway. So that means we gotta give it, we screw it in a 1/2 turn, puts us back at 1 turn from bottom. Go ahead and tighten this up. Check our clearances here. And you can see now that we're pretty close to where it needs to be over here. We haven't got this tightened up yet or anything adjusted, but we just got that part in. And we're going to have to get back on that in a minute, but we got other things we got to check first. Okay, next thing is we got to take our 6-inch scale here, otherwise known as a measuring stick. We're going to get this dimension figured out where we're at over here for clutch spring tension. You got to start adjusting this to where it's going to be, where you're going to run it at. You need to get these equal. Now, it's not equal on here, it's equal on the inside here. Let's see what this one is. Dark back in here. Ew, we're way in there. Okay, so we're looking at right now is we are looking at doesn't work too good. Okay, we're measuring from this surface here to the inside of this collar piece here, our outer pressure plate. We want 31/32. So that's that first mark under the 1 inch is 31/32. So see how we're at 31/32 there? So this nut's close. You come up here and look at this one. This one here is about the same. Then you come over here and look at this one. This one's going to be a little bit harder to see, but this one here is about 1 inch. So it's about one flat too much. So we need to tighten up one flat. Which one? We're on the top one, I think. Oh, I already forgot. No, we're on the bottom one. Which one were we on? We're on the bottom one. This one down here. So we tighten this up one notch. Now it's going to kind of pivot on these, and this one's going to move this more like this, because this is our wide spot. There's no tension here. So it's going to go this kind of rocking effect here. These here are going to be not as much. It's going to be more like this. Okay, so that gets it roughed in. Now what you got to do is you actually have to work the clutch to tell what you have. Tripods in the way. So you have to pull the clutch in and see what this inner pressure plate does. It comes off the plate equally. If it comes out unevenly, so basically if it pulls out on one side, or let's do the top view here. So if it pulls out like this first, that means this springs over here are too light. You need to put more tension on it. You can go down to 7/8 of an inch or minimum. That's when you start getting into coil buying on these springs. So if you want less tension on your clutch, you can go ahead and unjack all of these and come out to 1 1/8 inches. But if you put out much power, the clutch will slip. If the clutch slips, you'll burn it out. So you have to have enough tension that it doesn't slip. Now the one way you can tell if it slips or not is you can rev it up in low gear and power shift in a second, or you can do it in second, power shift in a third. If you feel it spinning like the tire's slipping, it's probably your clutch. You ain't got enough horsepower to spin it. If the motor just locks right back up and there's no extra RPM, then your clutch is working. So that's a good way of testing to see if your clutch slips or not. If the clutch just keeps spinning when you do that shift, it's junk. So you got to put more tension on it to keep it from doing that, or you got to put new plates in it, or better plates. So right now I can't do this until I work the clutch, so I have to get the clutch fixed over here, and the clutch had some issues up in here. One thing I noticed was that let me get off this tripod. So this is a mousetrap here is what they call this thing. It has this big spring that goes on here. So the problem is right now is whoever put this thing together up here, they put a bolt in here instead of the actual pivot plates. So if you look at how the lever moves, see all that free play in here? It's not doing anything to the cable. See, the cable's not moving. It's all just wasted space. Plus it's chewing up everything. See this? See how the slots open up in here? It's not a slot, it's a hole. It's a round hole. See how it's a round hole under there? So, so there's supposed to be a pivot pin in there. Just a pivot pin, you see? That's not in there. Here's what it looks like. Too much crap here now. This is what it looks like right here. It's about a 1/2 inch diameter almost, probably 7/16. And it looks like they got a 1/4 inch bolt put in here, so you got a lot of clearance. So that needs to be fixed. I need to see if the lever's chewed up, broken, or not broken, but worn out. If it's worn out, I got to change it. This has to be assembled here. So we got a little hook piece here that goes right in here, which catches the spring that goes on from here to here. Now what this does is this takes the load of the clutch So it makes the lever easy to pull up here, because this is doing a lot of the work. And the reason they do this is because it gives you a very long pull release, like a foot clutch used to do. When you use a hand clutch, you don't have half the release you do with a Mousetrap. You got a lot more throw here, but it's easy to pull if it's set up right. So it's just a mechanical advantage you get. This spring is doing a lot of the work for you. So that's what they are, but they're kind of finicky in adjusting them. You do have to adjust them correctly or they don't work. So that's how all this stuff works. Alright, so I'm going to hold this for a minute. I got to clean up the bench up, get some room in there. I got too much crap here.